Yes, sir. All right, fellas, we about to have a quick barbershop convo, man. It's been a long time since it's been a minute since I've been in the barbershop, so I haven't had these circular conversations in a long time. Greatest rapper of all time, greatest ball player of all time, greatest quarterback, running back, etc., etc. So we just gonna give a quick shout out to Nas, the greatest lyricist in my lifetime. Let's be funky. You could talk about who's passed, who's sold out, all of that. It is what it is. Drop a comment if you want to talk about it. But Nas is the greatest lyricist. Let's keep it funky. Past 20 years plus. You mean to tell me that he only got nominated once, and this is the first time that he won a Grammy? But I'm gonna give you the real reason after we just state some couple facts real quick. The Grammy has been a big time joke forever. Everybody wants to talk about protesting, boycotting, and all of this. Meanwhile, these are the same people that employ these musicians, these damn actors, and everybody. Meanwhile, they could pull their resources and try to make their own production company, make their own black exploitation movies, music, whatever. But they choose to work for these Caucasian execs, producers, and production companies, and then they want to complain about the choices that they make just because they want to make them. When Macklemore won that Grammy over Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, you should know that it's a big time joke. When J. Cole doesn't have a Grammy for greatest rap album or best rap album, you know it's a big time joke. When Cardi B wins a Grammy for best rap album, it's a joke. Last year, Tyler the Creator wins the album. Are you kidding me? Tyler the Creator won a Grammy. And last year I caught wind of that Freddie Gibbs album. And come on, dude, let's be honest. I'm gonna do a little video about that. KD mentioned Freddie Gibbs in an interview he had. Not to digress, we mean to tell me that Nas, who came out with Illmatic, all right, we're gonna let that pass. We're gonna let that pass real quick because Illmatic, they didn't even have the nomination or the award for best rap album when that dropped in '95, but '96 it was written. To be honest with you, that's my favorite album from Nas. Illmatic, obviously, it's a classic, but it was written. You mean to tell me all the gems in that album, especially Black Girls Lost, and you could look in today's modern day era and see that black women are still lost as they were 30 years ago? Plus, come on, dude. Everything that he's talking about back then, even when he was in Belly, it resonates. We got to understand. We're talking about Life is Good. Illmatic, it was written. Come on, Stillmatic. So, the list goes on. But you have other individuals that could come in and win Grammy. That's why it's just a big time joke. And don't even pay attention to it. It's all satanic. It's all Luciferians. Just want to have a big host, big ritualistic ceremony, and everybody wants to get mad and get in their feelings when their favorite artist doesn't win an award. Meanwhile, you don't have any control over it, bro. It really means nothing. But the real reason why Nas just won his first Grammy right now is because he no longer poses as a threat for a strong influence to the so-called black man. Let's be honest. He's on his way out the door. He's talking, he's kicking it however he wants to kick it, but he's no longer a strong influence to the young urban black male, bro. The young urban black male tips the scale whichever way. He sets the trends. So that you have to really sit back and really understand the influence that Nas would have had with his rawness when he came. He really got all that notification, all that notoriety after he said, when I was 12, I went to hell for snuffing Jesus. After he said that line at the Live at the Barbecue, it was over. He was in Belly talking about that, man. I want to go to Africa. He's always been on that conscious wave. That conscious music, as you can tell, a lot of people love underground music. Nobody's a fan of the radio anymore. If you listen to the radio, you're just going to be a brain dead zombie with no common sense, and you're going to think that you know it all. You're going to be a liberal overnight. You're going to be singing the same old Looney Tunes every other day, bro, and you're going to be a fan of Cardi B, a disciple of fucking Megan the Stallion, a.k.a. Megan the Male Horse. It is what it is. And that broad won best rap song with Beyonce. You got to be kidding me. Over Roddy Ricch, that song, The Box, I can remember hearing that song in the bar or wherever. That song, I heard that all year. But as you can see, once you go through a little shaming ritual or whatever, as Megan Thee Stallion did, you're going to get blown up. They were pushing this broad so hard that you can't miss this broad. You can't dodge her. That's another story for another day. But as you can see, anybody that makes conscious music will not get an award because you're making brothers think critically. If you're talking about this bust a gun, if you're talking about this sipping lean, popping pills, popping broads every other weekend and whatnot, then you will get pushed to the masses. But when you want to make critical thinking, conscious music, you will be underground forever. Think about Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Lupe Fiasco. You're not gonna hear anything from Kendrick Lamar anymore because he dropped a lot of gems on his last album on Damn, and that's gonna be the last Grammy he had. I promise you. That's why you haven't heard anything from Kendrick. Kendrick was talking too much realness in that last album. Check it out. But when it comes to this conscious music, KRS-One, the list goes on, bro. Y'all want to talk about Jay-Z might be the best rapper of all time. No, he's one of the biggest sellouts of all time. We could get into that if you want to in another video. But Nas, definitely a better lyricist than Jay-Z ever was and ever will be, bro. He was terrible with his beat selection because he wasn't, what you want to say, he wasn't strongly driven like that. He was just lyrically gifted and talented. You could still discover a lot of lost tapes, lost gems from Nas, bro, that you'll be like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Dude was thorough. Meanwhile, he just got his first Grammy this past weekend for King's Disease. And not for nothing, I could dig the message behind the album because it talks about, I already knew where it was going once my boy played a couple songs for it. I was like, he's basically talking about all the things that's going to bring a man down in this society. Woman, drugs, money, friends, distractions, the list goes on. Everything that brings a king down. When a king doesn't put the Most High first, he's going to be set for destruction, bro. If you're a so-called black man with notoriety, why do you feel like why do you think you see all these athletes or entertainers and they go with the liberal side? They don't really push for any type of change. They say the same rhetoric, the same circular conversations that we hear for years. Anybody that rocks the boat ends up dead, shot, or they get blackballed, their character gets assassinated and whatnot because now it's time to kill the messenger. Why do you feel like every time somebody says something from left field, they attack his character? They dig up his past. They dig up all this nonsense, bro. Because they do not want you to wake up so-called black men. They want you to keep them asleep. They want you to be on this low frequency, on this low vibration, not be able to be a critical thinker, not be able to pick up your pants, stop sagging, stop doing all these drugs, stop popping all these pills, stop popping every broad that you find attractive, start getting on your purpose, start really critically thinking. Why do you think so-called black women, who a lot of brothers want to call lost, they go towards the thugs? They go towards the quote-unquote gangsters, drug dealers and whatnot, because those are the dudes that's trying to take calculated risks because they're like, buck the system. They're not down trying to brown nose to these European Caucasian men out here that's in control out here. Then y'all want to bash them because they weren't raised right, or because y'all only want to tell them to get a job. Y'all only want to tell them to go to school and whatnot. Y'all not telling them to pick up a skill, try to become an entrepreneur, try to have your own business, try to own something. All y'all want to talk about is rent. All y'all want to talk about is vote. All y'all want to talk about is the same nonsense that's not getting anybody anywhere. So of course Nas is going to win a Grammy right now when he has little to no influence, bro. He's talking about Hennessy. He's talking about all this Cuban cigars and all this nonsense that really doesn't mean a damn thing right now, bro. Come on, let's really think for a minute. When he was dropping It Was Written, Stillmatic, when he came at Jay-Z, they thought Jay-Z was going to tear him apart. They thought Jay-Z was going to assassinate his character. They sicked the dog on him, but it didn't work. Anytime Jay-Z says something about anybody, that usually, you know what I'm saying, when he said death of auto-tune, it was a little drop for T-Pain. And let's be honest, T-Pain was on fire around '08, '09 with that auto-tune nonsense. But then when Jay-Z came in, now everybody wanted to clown because everybody is a part of this little hive mentality. That's why everybody worships Beyonce. They worship Hove because they're shallow on the inside. They can't think for themselves. They look up to these celebrities because they feel like these celebrities came from the slums just like them, but these celebrities sold out. Why do you think they always winning all these awards, bro? Because they're doing a good job of influencing the masses in the wrong way. Nas was getting these people to really think for themselves, try to really think for the community, the whole collective, not just as an individual. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people use music in the wrong ways, but the people that use it for the right ways to express yourself, if you have no other way to express yourself or get your message across, you put it on a beat, you put it in music, because that's really the number one way to reach the masses in the so-called black community, bro. We're visual creatures, and we're definitely in tune with music because a lot of people are suffering through depression, anxiety. A lot of people are sad. A lot of people are miserable. A lot of people are not happy with their lives. So they want to live vicariously through a celebrity and whatnot. So when Nas had all that influence, they was like, hell no, we're not going to give this man a Grammy right now. He's making brothers think. He's making brothers think about, go ahead and check out Africa. See all the natural resources and everything that's out there. Oh no, we can't do this. Come on, dude. You know it's a joke when Macklemore, and it's ironic that his album name was The Heist, and he happens to win the best rap album over Kendrick Lamar. Are you kidding me? And you haven't heard a damn thing about this dude Macklemore to this day. What the hell is he doing? He's trash. But let's be honest, man. Nas only won this Grammy because he doesn't pose a threat to the elite, the powers that be, or whoever you want to claim, or whatever you want to call them, bro. He's not a threat anymore. He's damn near 50 years old. But the King's Disease album was a good album, to say the least. You can say what you want, think what you want, but whoever poses a threat on some Black Panther type vibe, Malcolm X type vibe, trying to make brothers think and actually realize who is really the enemy, who's really keeping you down, who's really trying to keep you poor, trying to keep you with that poor man mindset. Whenever somebody's trying to take those shackles off of your mentality, they vanish, the character gets assassinated, they have to go to Phoenix, Arizona to go to the mental asylum to get drugged up or whatever. But, you know what I mean? That's just my thought. That's just my perspective on it, man. If you feel otherwise, you could drop a comment, man. It is what it is. YouTube, this isn't no hate. We just trying to, you know what I mean, critically think over here. It's all love on this side of the Mississippi. Hit the thumbs up button, man. Like, share, subscribe. Holla.